Hey, what's up everybody? Gonna do a quick, probably not gonna be a very quick video, but I'm gonna do a showcase vid here on this year 2006 iMac. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you'll know that I've had this for quite some time. Picked this one up. Actually, this is my first Macintosh computer I've ever owned, so got this in November of 2017. And this is the one that I was able to install OS X Tiger on. Sorry if it sounds like a frickin' tornado is gonna blow my house away. It's this Microsoft LifeCam, and the mic on it's super sensitive, and I got my fan going because we're having a really freaking hot summer here. So, get into specs here. It's an iMac 5.2. This is the Education late 2006 iMac. This was actually produced in 2008 because they kept on making these white Education iMacs up until April of 2009 when they finally discontinued them. But for actual consumer purchases, these white iMacs went away in mid of 2007. So, yep, it's iMac 5.2 processor here. It's running, if I can bring up about this Mac again, Mac OS X server. Of course, it's showing up really shitty on this thing. I've dealt with this a lot. You can't read a damn thing about that text, but it says Mac OS X server version 10.4.7, and it says on the processor here 1.83 gigahertz dual core Intel placeholder, which is because this version of Mac OS X 10.4.7 came out before the Intel Core 2 Duo was released, and that's the chip that this has. It has a 1.83 gigahertz Core 2 Duo, but the name, it doesn't know what the hell it is, so the name is just placeholder, which kind of gets back into the development of the system. So kind of a weird glitch there. So in terms of memory, we got 2 gigs in this model. I don't know how high this goes. I think it goes up to 4 gigs. This model shipped with 512 megabytes of memory, 1 gig and 2 gig, and I have 2 gig installed, and I'm pretty sure that the person who had this before me is the person who upgraded this, because this Education model never came with 2 gig out of the box as far as I'm aware. That's what I could find online anyway. In terms of different things here, since it's this Education model, I have no Bluetooth support, which sucks. Like, you can't use the Apple Magic Mouse or anything like that, because this iMac, it's running Tiger, but it can go up to Mac OS X Lion, which came out in 2011. So pretty old still. It's still a dinosaur, but at least with Lion you can get a web browser that's somewhat modern, and you can get on YouTube and everything like that, but not very great in terms of using it modern. But FireWire has one FireWire 400. I don't know if anybody still uses FireWire, but it does have that. Just one port as far as I'm concerned. It's hard to take a look at this. It might have, yeah, two FireWire 400 ports. So in terms of graphics, here's where you get really freaking old. Is this has a Intel GMA 950 chipset, which is basically what's built into the CPU, and it's terrible. I mean, the graphics chip on this is really bad. 64 megabytes of shared memory, which, I mean, I have 64 megabyte cards in I think my Pavilion 552X has 64 megs, but it's a real video card, and it runs a lot better than this thing does. On the display here, got 17-inch. This is the 17-inch version. They made a 20 and a 24-inch version of the white iMacs too. So 1440 by 900 resolution. So, like I said, for memory, it's 2 1 gig sticks, so there's only 2 memory slots on this model. For hard drives, we have a 160 gigabyte hard drive. I did not put an SSD in this. These are a bit to tinker with. I actually have, this is the one that I opened up, and took parts out of because there were a few things in it that I wanted out of it. So this is missing parts that were bad. As in, I had a really weird problem trying to do video on this thing, and it kept on wanting to record it from the internal microphone up there in the internal webcam, and the microphone just sounded like a huge, was very loud static. There was no actual sound. It was very loud static, so I opened it up and I took that out, and now it works fine for doing vids, but I don't even do vids on this because that was back when this was my main iMac before I got my aluminum one. So that's it for the hard drive, just a 160 gig, which, I mean, this, I think, originally came with like a 80 gig drive. I don't know if this has been replaced because some of these iMacs had pretty small hard drives back in the day. So, that's it for specs. In terms of programs I got on it, of course I got iTunes. This is iTunes 6. It's freaking hot in here, man. Goddamn. I can just play some random music. One thing that's kind of weird about this is this only does this on Tiger, but the volume, I have it on maximum right now. But it's not very loud. If I turn it down from the highest setting, 1, 2, 3. Now it's extremely quiet. 4, I can't hear it. Just turning it down 4 notches and I can't hear it anymore. Listen. For some reason there's something wrong with the volume on this thing. Again, it could be because there's not drivers for it, but it does the same thing on my other iMac that I had Tiger Server on that I updated, so it could just be a glitch with Tiger Server. I'm not sure. Yeah, get some music up here. Only play a little bit of it, man, because I don't want to get copyright, but I'm not sure how it's going to show up on vid or sound on vid, but speakers on it aren't really that great actually for the 17-inch. I've heard that the 20-inch model has really good speakers. My aluminum 20-inch iMac has a pretty good set of speakers. I'd love to hear what the 24-inch sounds like. Actually, I wouldn't, because if I hear that, then it's going to make me think that my 20-inch is shit. So there you go. I got a lot of my music on here. A lot of shit on here, but I don't really listen to much of it on here. So that's iTunes, old version of that. I got iLife 06, which I really can't show. But in terms of things that I have on it here, not a whole lot of like documents or whatever. I actually don't know what's on here really. Okay, I got it now. But in terms of other applications I have, it is freaking hot in here, dude. The fan really isn't blowing on me because my chair is so big that it's really freaking hot. Got Firefox on this, which is not something that I actually use. This computer is not connected to Wi-Fi, and it never has been, and it never will be. So, but I did install Firefox to do some fun debugging with this thing, and we're gonna wait for it to load up here. See, the machine, it's pretty quick for what it is. Start.zomilla, whatever. Zomilla, nice. I'm pretty out of it right now, guys. Let's spin here now. So. Doesn't do much of anything right here, but it is old version of Firefox, and it's showing up really shitty. But for Firefox, I have 1.0.3, which I believe is a PowerPC app, so kind of cool there. Got Office 2004 on this thing. Let me turn the brightness down on this all the way so you guys can see it a bit better. Just Office 2004 here. Open up Excel. And yeah, so there's Excel right there. Just Office 2004, because I got the thing for it here for Mac. Damn thing wants to fall. I tried to rearrange my setup, man, but it didn't work out very well, considering putting it back the way that it was before. Now we're getting into more interesting stuff. I also have Thunderbird on here just to test it. In terms of games I was able to install for this thing, fuck, where did I put that game? Marble Blast Gold, here we go. This game actually came with some of these older Macs, like older than this one. So basically in this game you're just a ball, a marble that rolls around. And you collect gems and you do different things. You just go around the map. This one's pretty primitive right here, but of course anybody that knows me knows that I have Xbox Live Arcade here, and this has the demo for Marble Blast Ultra, which is a really good game. A lot better than this one. I believe there was a Mac version of that too, but I haven't found it. So there's that. I mean, I could take a look at some other levels here. Where the freaking hell? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Like, here's another level. I know this game really isn't too great, but... yeah. So yeah, there's that game right there. Unfortunately, since this is an Intel iMac, even though it's running Tiger, I can't run OS 9 programs on it because it's Intel. So I have none of my Intel stuff like Redneck Rampage and all that. I might pick up an iMac G3 to do some of that stuff with, but got Halo on it here. Just Halo Combat Evolved here. I'll just start it up. This is the full version, not the shareware or trialware, whatever version of it. I also have played, I had a Windows virtual machine on this thing at one point. The mouse is super freaking sensitive. I'll just go in here on Blood Gulch, whatever. I forget what I was fucking saying, man. Super weird field of view here, I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't run too bad. It's a little choppy when you're looking around, though. But not terrible. But this is a really old game for Mac. So it doesn't, it's not terrible. It looks worse on video. All this stuff looks worse on video. But it's definitely, I'd say it's playable. But it's just a little choppy at times. See what happens when I pick this up. Didn't lag, okay. So yeah, there's that. Halo works decently on it. Just the same, man, it's the GMA chipset which is fucking with it. Got Warcraft 3 on here. Now I need the CD. Not the disc for it here. Go back for it now. See, I've still got like 80 gig free on this thing. Single player, just do a custom game here. Not even gonna screw that, just start the game up. Oh yeah, I was gonna say though, I had a Windows VM installed when I had Lion on this thing, and I played Civ 3, the Windows version of it, on here, and it played really freaking smooth. But Civ 3 runs on my 1999 Pavilion like it's nothing. So, it's not really a huge feat to run Civilization 3, but the fact that a GMA chipset can run it in a VirtualBox VM in Lion is impressive. I'm sure the Mac version of Civilization 3 would work really good on here too, but I don't have it, so I can't tell you. This game runs pretty smooth though. When you get a lot of stuff going on, like if there's huge armies battling, it gets a little choppy, but it's definitely still playable. So you can see here. Runs pretty well overall. I want to try Battlefront on here, but I'm sure it'll run shitty. The thing is, though, the Windows version of Battlefront runs on my Dell Latitude, which has the same specs, actually. Exact same specs. It has a 1.83 gigahertz Core 2 Duo, 2 gigs of RAM, and a GMA 950, so... it runs decently on there, so I wonder how it would run on here, but... And the big one, of course, everybody knows I have this game. That I love this game. Raven Shield here, we're gonna try it out. What trips me up though, Raven Shield's a son of a bitch. I love this game, but it fucking runs like crap on almost everything I own. Well, the first system I played it on is my Windows box, which I'm using to make this video, and it runs awesome on it because it's a 2011 or 12 computer. It runs pretty good on my 2008 iMac as well, with the base 128 Radeon card. So, but the weird thing to me though is that I built that, did like a salvage unit out of that HP Pavilion 552X. And I put a pretty good graphics card in it, actually. Like, it runs Half-Life 2 fairly decently, but it runs this game like total freaking shit. My Dell Latitude D620 runs this game really well, but this thing runs it shitty. I think I even have my settings tuned down for this. Yeah, I do. 640 by 480, and a lot of the stuff's on low. And I'll show you how it runs here. Do Lone Wolf. Presidio, whatever, Presido, I don't know how to pronounce that. This is an awesome game though. If you haven't tried this game and you're into shooters, man, I'd highly recommend it, especially if you're into more realistic shooter games. Of course, for me the monitor's not straight, so it's kind of hard to look at right now. So I want to show it off better on video. Of course it looks like crap, but what can I do? Still choppy even on these really low settings. It's just everything is slow and choppy. The movement's not smooth. As I walk backwards, it gets slower. Of course, since my brightness is so low to show this off, I can't see a damn thing on this dark map. It doesn't run very good. That's all I gotta say. It's not great. Oh, god damn it. No. I killed myself, whatever. So that game, I'll show you Island Estate too, because that map fucking just sucks on this thing. If you get that reference, that's really old school. This video is kind of similar to that one. I actually filmed that video on this iMac, using the same webcam. This webcam's done a lot, man, I'd say that much. Cayman Brack. Well, I'll have to show Private Airport too, because everybody loves that map. Oh, fuck, I'm tired. Alright. Oh, yeah. Nice and choppy. And this, if you run it on max settings, it's like a slideshow. Yeah, see that? Look at that right there. See, I was like, like really freaking, like it flat. It kind of goes up and down a ton. Also, gotta say, man, I tried to watch Chuck. I tried to watch high def video on this thing, and it runs like total garbage, even using QuickTime 7. QuickTime Player X or 10 or whatever works really good on this because it works good on basically everything for HD, at least for 720p. But QuickTime Player 7 has a hard time with HD on this machine, but it runs fine on my aluminum iMac. We'll see how far I can make it without getting fucking killed. There you go. I was going for that damn TV, man. Alright. I'll just show Island. No, that was Island Estate. I'll show Private Airport. Falcon Hour, Cayman Brac Airport. There you go. 2006, 310. 1300. I just do a quick thing because I really don't care. I usually do that when I play this game for real. I don't really build a plan very often. I have a few plans that I made back in 2017 that I could probably copy. I'm sure they're on the Latitude as well. So on my Windows 7 machine, I had those plans. What the there's never not a guy there. Watch this. It's gonna be loud, guys. Run! Oh yeah. And the fucker's still alive. Look at that. It's running decent right now, but if I get outside, it's gonna start running like shit. Nobody here either. I was walking down this. This takes me back. I was rounding this corner when I knocked a soda can off my nightstand on accident while playing the game, and it spilled all over my surge protector. Luckily, it did not kill it or anything attached to it. That was really freaking lucky. I could have short-circuited the whole damn thing, but you get lucky sometimes, man. Oh shit! Okay, got both of them. And remember, I'm playing this like on the lowest settings possible, and it's not running very smooth. I thought this place looked so cool. This game has really nice graphics even still, I think. Just the aesthetic of it. And that song is cool too. Spa music, actually. I found it online. I have it in my iTunes library now. Now we'll go outside and watch it hit the freaking fan. Oh shit! It was right next to me. Okay, I wish I could just spawn from the other, because I want to show you guys the lag that I get on here, so. Oh, what I can do, the problem is, there's a nighttime version of this map which would spawn me where I want to be, but it's nighttime, so it wouldn't show up at all on this thing, because it's so freaking screwed up. I'm just gonna go downstairs and say fuck all this crap. If they have a smoke, if they have a smoke. Yeah. I just want to get to the back of the place. You guys remember I made a video trying to run Half-Life 2 in VirtualBox on this thing, and it was crazy. I wonder how it would run if I actually put Windows on this thing. Police are here! There you go, alright. I'm gonna get fucked up here. Oh yeah! Nice, okay. I'm not gonna show any more of this game, but... yeah, it doesn't run that great on here. Actually, on this settings, I'm finding for some reason when I make the fucking video, it works okay. That's the same thing I had with the 552X. When I make the video, it wants to work. But when I don't make the video, it fucks up. So there's that game. And other things of note, I'll actually show you guys just for the heck of it. Scroll in my iTunes library. I did like custom thing for this. Deep breathing for, okay, this is that other, this is the TV music, man, that plays on all the TVs in the game if I can find it. Yeah. And there's that song from the airport. So, yeah, in terms of other things to note about this computer, I'd love to know, actually, if anybody can. Actually, at this point, I really don't care. Back in the day, I would have cared, but I'm just wondering where Tiger discs are for this machine. But I don't know if it even install on here because it's the education one, and it was made in 2008. But the weird thing is, though, this 10.7 or 10.4.7 server will install on my 2008 iMac. That was made in early 2009. So it's like, what the hell, dude? But there's no sound on that one. Like I say, I think there's something wrong with the sound on this thing, because it does that. I also do have Leopard installed on here. I'm not going to show that right now. Let me see what programs I have on Leopard. Oh yeah, here we go. Some more stuff on here that I didn't show. Next to which is this game here, if it will run on this version. This is that game that I showed. Oh yeah, it will run on here. I showed this game off on my 2009. Turn that music off. Wow, my mouse is slow. That's the thing about using this kind of mouse on this thing, is it doesn't know what the hell to think of it. Single player. Show you guys how it runs on this one, because it was running really good on that iMac that I returned. I'd have to try it on my 2008 iMac again, but it runs pretty shitty on here. Oh my god. What the fuck? It's like... oh, that's not good. You see how laggy it is? Like, it's freezing up. And the map is like fucked up. The brightness is all, it's just like black with blue things, like, see that right there? A black, or that blue thing? It's totally fucked up. Oh, and then it froze up again. Okay, I just want to get out of the fucking game now. Shit. Okay, this is hard. I can't get out of the game now. Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't leave! Okay, you know what we'll do? Fuck it, I'll show you. Leopard. Hopefully I don't fuck shit up. As in, you know. Why the fuck is my keyboard not? Oh, it's giving me a goddamn spinning wheel. It's nice. The thing, I think my mouse is freezing it up. Is that right? Yeah, it thinks that my mouse is a keyboard, which makes no sense, but everything works on it. I guess it's 'cause it's the Logitech wireless thing. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, wait a second. I'll just cut it out, the video. Whatever I just did. I want to make sure that I don't show shit that I shouldn't. So what I'll do actually is either just cut this part out, or if it's something that I don't want to show, I'll just cover the camera up so you can't see it. Okay, there's nothing that personal. I just want to make sure that I didn't have any personal stuff on here that I didn't want to show. No, it's fine. Because I keep a lot of stuff on here that I don't keep on my other iMac. So yeah, it's great. Anti-camper I have on here, which is a map for Raven Shield. This was downloaded, it says January 7th, 2018, which is back when I was really into Raven Shield. Okay, applications. Let's try that Exiviz or whatever the hell it's called game. I have Firefox on here too. This used to work okay back in early 2018 because I actually used this as my main OS for a while. And it worked okay with that Firefox, but it doesn't play YouTube anymore. Okay, Running Man. Let's try it again because it didn't do that when I played it on here, I don't think. Didn't do that bullshit where everything was black and blue. Yeah, now it's working. Now it looks okay. It doesn't run very smooth. My sound must be off. It has music though, but I don't want copyright. I doubt that the music in this is copyrighted, but I don't want it anyway. So you can see it runs actually not terribly. It's choppy with everything, but it's not like a slideshow. I wouldn't consider it playable though, actually, as I get more into it here, because the movement is so choppy, and with how fast this game plays, it's just not possible really to do this. Maybe if you turn the settings down, because I think it's on the default, maybe if you crank the settings down, like the resolution and everything, you could, but it would look like garbage then. My 2008 iMac should run this game pretty well then, considering how this one runs at mediocre. I might not have actually ever tried to play that game on there, because this is about what I remember the last time I played it, so I'll try it on my 2008 one. Well, I'm a victim, so get out of there. What the fuck, man? I can't quit. There we go. It's doing that bullshit to me again. Marble Blast, I have it on here too. Let me turn the brightness down on this because it's all the way up for some reason. It's burning me. Alright, I have Nestopia here, which is a... where are my things at for this? DLs? I don't know what the fuck's on this computer. I honestly have no clue. Fusion. No, this is KGUP. So Nestopia is an NES emulator. We know that. What the fuck? Where are my freaking files at? God damn it. You can look at my NBA 2K10. Great NBA game. Bad Company 2. I just gotta find these fucking things in here. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah. Untitled folder. Ness. Panic Restaurant I got on here. Now the window is super fucking small for some reason. If I can scale it. Where's my sound at, damn it? There we go. This is taking me back, man. I remember this from, but it runs great. Can I just... Yeah, O-Dove. The evil O-Dove. Wow. This is nostalgic, dude. I don't remember how it controls, though. I don't know how to jump. But it does work. I just don't remember the controls, but that does play fine. It's just an NES emulator, so it works fine. I used to have a lot more games than that on there. Kega Fusion, which everybody knows this is a classic. Actually, I got more games on here. I have X-Men, which is Europe. X-Men for Mega Drive, I guess. Yeah. Again, I don't know the fucking controls, so... Oh, I accidentally reset the shit. Show some other games here. This Kega Fusion works really well on this thing. It works with a ton of different ROMs. Here's Lightning Force. Techno's off, man, easy. Oh, you can full screen? I didn't know that. As you can see, though, I'm not sure if it shows, but it says 60 frames constant. So this is really freaking smooth. But I mean, all it's doing is emulating Genesis games, so there's really not a whole lot to it. Here's Thunder Force 3. Classic Ninja Gaiden for the Japanese Mega Drive, which is a badass game. But if you guys have to know this if you're a fan of me. That one. And when you want to just get out of the game, you can just clear the ROM and it will get you out of it. So there's that Kega Fusion thing, and I say Leopard runs pretty good on this too. I didn't have a whole lot of luck with Lion. Lion ran pretty shitty the whole time that I used it, and it took like a minute and a half to freaking boot, versus this takes like 15 seconds to boot with this thing, and same with Tiger. But yeah, works pretty good on here. But to say, I still have, this was my main machine for quite a while, man, and it wasn't the most pleasant, to be honest, actually. Using Leopard on this thing, it's just so, it runs fast, but it's just so outdated that it's hard to find much for it. And I couldn't get a lot of stuff to work in terms of the internet, so. A lot of pages I just couldn't get on the damn website, or some websites you could get on them, but it was all fucked up and you couldn't use it properly, so. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying one of these for that purpose. Honestly, I got this for $60, and it didn't come with anything but the computer. It was just the computer and a power cord. So, yeah, I bought this keyboard separately. This is just the Apple wired keyboard that they had at the time, the white one. And then with it, I bought this. This would have come with the Mighty Mouse, the one that has the little ball on it, but my keyboard came with this mouse, which is just the standard Apple White Pro mouse, which is just a one-button mouse. But I don't do regular mice very well now. I just use trackball mice here. This is what I have, the Logitech, which I showed in my pickups vid. So, yeah, it works pretty good on here, just that since it's the wireless thing, it thinks that it's a keyboard for some reason, but the mouse functions all work fine. You can scroll. So, yep. Not very good. Honestly, if you're wanting to use an iMac for like retro gaming, this is not the one to do it with. I'd get a PowerPC Mac. I'd get like the highest end model of the G5 iMac, maybe, if you want the iMac form factor. What I really want to do is get an iMac G3 that runs OS 9, so that way I can do all the OS 9 stuff without having to worry about the classic bullshit. Like if you watch my video on my iBook G3 that I had there for a while that ended up the hard drive failed, you saw that Shadow Warrior didn't work correctly, and I tried it on my iBook G4, same shit. I have to get on my PowerBook G4 and try it on there, but I'm sure it would do the same kind of crap. Well, I've probably made a really fucking long video here again, so let you guys go. Anybody has any input on these iMacs, man, leave a comment. Anybody that has any experience with older iMacs, would appreciate any sort of info you can give me. Also, in terms of getting data on, I just use a standard, this is a SanDisk flash drive. Just any flash drive would work with this, but this keyboard can't power anything like this, so you gotta plug it actually into the computer. So yeah, and these things, that, like I say, in terms of working on parts for these things, I don't trust computers like this. Then I'm pretty sure that the power stuff for the power supply is exposed on here, like in this area, to where if you touch it you could die. So I'm not gonna fuck with this one if it breaks down. The only one that I'm gonna put any effort into is my 2008 iMac, because that's like that is my computer. Out of all the ones that I own, that is my computer. So yeah, if the hard drive on that thing dies, I might try to put a new one in, or I might just use a FireWire 800 drive, because I'm gonna pretty soon buy a hard drive to back that thing up with. So yep. I will definitely, if I get an iMac G3, I'll do a video just like this one, showing what software I was able to get to work on it. But the big thing about an iMac G3 would be that it would weigh a fuck ton, man. Those things are heavy for the old CRTs, man. At least it has a handle on it. At least it does have a handle on it, man. And I mean, they're like freaking huge beasts because they're CRTs. They got the huge fat extension on the back, so the problem for me would be finding where the hell to store it. But, yep. Catch you guys later.